So now, for the eye socket, what I did is this. Insert sphere 3D. After you insert, you draw it, click and drag. When you let go, you turn on edit. Now, some of you may forget. Click and drag and then let go and then one click. It's tiny things there. Now, when you turn on edit, you have to press
Right.
F. Now, when you press F, can you see? I still see this. That because you have to clear the screen. If people who are using AppStream, I find out that you can't really control N to clear the screen. So it's a little drag. What you need on AppStream, I mean, in here you can do Control N. If you download the trial version of ZBrush, you should be able to do this too. So now, what you need to do though, let me pretend, do it again, here we go. Okay. So, what you need to do is, you need to just go to Document for AppStream people, New Document, don't save, and then make sure this time when you draw, you turn it on. And that's the only thing I could figure it out for now.
Yeah.
So now, to cut it, basically, you need to convert these to Dynamesh. When you
Right.
first create the sphere without any subtool, these are primitive. You have to create a make poly. How do I know? If I use standard brush, try to sculpt, I get this.
Yes.
So I have to convert it. Now, when you convert it, if you want a different shape, you're gonna use only insert. Don't use a pen. I'm gonna use a pen, okay? So a pen, slender. Now, oh, this time it does. Can you see? MP is mean polymesh. If you don't see MP3D, is mean primitive. So when it's primitive, you have to convert it. And if you do convert it, what it does is it's going to copy the clone object into a new tool. And
Right.
this layer will still be a primitive. So you will not be able to edit it. So a little drawback, but I don't know why this time it works. So let me undo that. No, I don't think I can undo it. Let me delete that. Okay. So just to be sure. Oh man. Let me delete that again. Okay. So all right. Let me do it again. So when you first create an object, if there's no subtool, you need to make polymesh right away. And can you see it's duplicated? I don't know why it does that, but it duplicates into a new tool. So now, when you want more object, don't use a pen, use insert, just to be safe. The reason is when insert command will convert the primitive into MP3D right away. And now, I can move it. If I turn on transparency, turn on scale, when I scale, I still can see. It just gives you a preview with transparency. So now I can reposition. And what I did on that eye socket, I look at on top view, like top view.
Yes.
There we go. So
And you polygroup it next, right?
yes, but not yet.
Okay.
So
Right.
I scale them,
Right.
uniform, non-uniform, it depends. Rotate, look at on the location, see if I like it. Might need to turn off to see. Here we go. Maybe a little angle. Now I'm gonna cut. So need to go back to draw. To cut it, if you hold Control Shift, these are select rectangles, allow you to
Okay.
basically
Yeah.
it's allow you to hide some part of the geometry like this. If you
Okay.
control click outside, will bring everything back. But there's a sub
Okay.
command. If you click on it,
Right.
choose clip curve,
Clip curve.
And now on the clip curve, if you drag from the right to the left, the gradient will be on the bottom. Let me undo
That's
it.
the side that's going to be cut
Yep,
off.
exactly. If you drag from the left to the right, it's going to be on the top. So now, also while you click and drag, you can hold space bar to reposition it if you need to. So I can cut by let go of the mouse and on the keyboard still keep holding it. So now we're going to use this to cut. Let me check, see how much it penetrated. I think that's good. So to cut it, there's a little trick. I'm going to turn off transparency. Make sure that polyframe is on so that you can see the different color. Now, if you select, this has not been converted to Dynamesh yet, both of them. So you need to convert first. Under geometry, Dynamesh, normally you would like to turn off a blur. So these objects become Dynamesh. Oh, not yet. Turn it on. So you can tell Dynamesh is kind of a the wireframe. It looks different than the regular geometry. So now, to select this subtool, you don't have to keep coming here to select it. And if you see the highlight, so it means selection. Now you can use Alt key to click to switch the tool. It's quicker.
Okay. Yeah.
And then now, geometry, turn off blur, enable Dynamesh. Now it looks like this. So better to save. When you save, make sure you save into the home folder of your app stream. So let me save this quick, just in case. Test cut. Okay, so now might be a good idea if you wanted to save the original that are separate, because when we merge them, you can't undo it. So I'm gonna save as, and then I'm gonna call 01. So
and whenever you save the tool when you're using the app stream, it almost always takes like 5 minutes. So that's kind of a pain, but it is required to do that.
Right, I see that because today I was helping Glenn and I see how long it takes on his. Yes?
Yeah.
When you save it like that, does it save everything that you worked on or just the object that?
Just only on this subtool.
Only in, so everything in the subtool?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything inside that subtool.
Okay. I didn't know if it was just one of the.
No. It's the way ZBrush save tool is tool can have subtools. So, but if the tools are separated, it's right here. Now you can check by clicking on the tool selection, and all the tool on this palette will be right here on the top. Right here, quick pick. These are not represent here. It's just only the first row. So it means you might end up with more than 20 on the first row. And the first row is the tool that's available right here. If you wanted to save every tool that's available in here, every single one of it, you have to use File menu, File, and Save As. This is called Project. So Project will save every single one of this. But if you use Save Tool, it will save only the current selection that you work with, the tool that you work. Mine is this one. Here we go. So does it make sense, guys? Now the reason that I like you to use Save Tool, because mostly you don't need this. It will build up your file size will be larger. For example, if this current subtool that I select, that one, the test cut, it may take 10 megabytes, but then I have C-Sphere 3D, that might be 5, and this might be 20, the other one might be 50. Those are in total that will save on your project. That does it make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So now to cut it, I already saved into 2 versions. I'm gonna have to merge this, merge down, and see it cannot undo. Here we go. So now there are 2 different polygroup. If I hold Control Shift together, even though we switch to clip brush, the function of selection rectangle still there. If I hold Control click, I hide the unselected. If I Control click to swap, it bring the other one instead. If I wanted to bring all back, you Control click on the canvas. It will look like this. Now, what we need is, we need to change the polygroup to a Dynamash subgroup. So we want this to be subtract the big one. So I'm gonna have to hide the big one by Control Shift click here, and then go to polygroup right here, group as Dynamash sub. It will turn gray. So now at this moment, if Dynamash still on, you should be able to subtract it. So I'm gonna hold Control Shift drag. Oops, sorry. Have to Control Shift click to bring everything back, and then Control drag to execute the Dynamash, and then it will cut.
Okay.
Now, I am a right-handed, so I always started to do on the right side, but ZBrush, from now on, if you wanted to do mirror function on the surface, I'd like you to try to work on the left side. Because now, if I try to mirror it, it's under modify topology, under geometry. So if I click mirror and wheel, what this does is mirror the surface, not the object, because this is in the object, but just only the surface of this object. So if I click, see it's on X, based on this tripod, this is X direction. So when I click mirror, and can you see what happened? It used the information from the left side and then put it to the right. So I'm gonna have to undo because I wanted to mirror these two there. I can't do this. What we need to do is we need to do a little trick. We need to flip the object. So that's why we can use. That's why we use deformation. These are mirror the object. Here we go. So basically, it's become flipping, and then now I can go back to geometry, and mirror and wheel. Now I got 2 sides together, and once again, I put it right. Every section I will update at the end of the class. I will always update the weekly lecture. So see, I put it on here so that if you feel like, oh, I just need to know only one thing about how to flipping things like that, so that you don't have to keep scrap through the video. Okay. So this is a file management upstream. If you click on it, I think I talk a little bit about how to save the file, backing up the file, things like that. Here. But if you want, say it again. Oh, sorry. That's my own voice. Okay. So, any other questions, guys, about this?
No, I guess I'll just keep taking more stabs at it until I get it, or just email you again and see if I'm still missing stuff.
Yep. And another thing is, you can check during office hour, even though I said make appointment. Did I say make appointment or make appointment?
Yeah, there's a post on D2L that said that.
I meant is
even then, I still like making a habit of, asking the professor first to make sure that's cool.
No, that's good. Oh, I said student may contact the instructor to arrange meeting. Where did I say that make appointment? But anyway, so the reason is you might need to like let me know, because sometime I might walk around. When you pops up, I would be there. So that's why. But now you can come like between 12:30 to 2 p.m. Most likely, I like to leave a little earlier than 2. So, okay. And now today though, I wanted to review the brush to sculpt this. So let me stop this quick.